Welcome back to River Cay, Carolina. If you've been following us, you know that we've been posting videos every Monday, but since the world's lost its mind, we've been slacking off. But I did want to show you some of the projects we have going on here at the farm. One of our latest projects here are these carports. We had 3 carports installed. I had gravel delivered and spread it out with this tractor. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. My grandmother generously donated the money to have these carports installed to protect mine and my brother's first vehicles. This is his truck and mine's way over here still chilling because it needs a little love. But let me show you what we got going on. The first step to this process was to have some gravel brought in. I met a guy on Facebook, his name's Daryl, and he lives actually right down the road from us. He's into horses as well, so he was super excited to be able to come down here and talk to me about my projects and what we're doing. He has a dirt hauling business, and he brought us this gravel in, 2 dump truck loads. After about 3 weeks of waiting, the installers came out and kind of knocked this out in about a day. The special thing about these carports is that they're rated up to 140 mile an hour. Living on the coast like we do and having a very active hurricane season every year, it's important that they're structurally sound and they don't blow away. They accomplish this by putting in braces on each side of the carport and in the center, as well as bolting the bottom beam to mobile home anchors. Because some of these vehicles sit for long periods of time, I want to run power out here. The plan is to put 2 gang outlets on each of these parking spots so I can run a battery tender, keep the batteries up on these vehicles. Also, I'd like to put some Wi-Fi cameras out here just to keep an eye on things. And I want to get some lights put up out here too. If I have to come out here and work on something, or if I need to hook up the tractor to an implement, I'll be able to see at night. Standing water is really a problem here at the farm. More on that later. But when I graded this, I made sure it had good water runoff. Grading it on such a slope did create a problem though. If you notice here, there's a couple blocks down through here on the bottom carport. We actually had these blocks just laying around the farm, and the job wouldn't have been able to be completed without them. This is actually our only disappointment with the carports, but we're hoping we can either get out here and form this and pour concrete, or go get some decorative blocks and put them under here so it looks a lot better. I know that some of you are going to be interested in some of the projects and vehicles we have here at the farm, so here's a quick rundown of the River Cay fleet. If you know me, you know this truck. It's a 1979 F-250. It's on 2.5-ton military Rockwell axles, 46-inch tires. It has a 521 cubic inch stroker engine. It's built for nitrous. We don't have nitrous on it at the moment, but my brother and my dad and a bunch of my friends built this truck in my dad's backyard about 10 years ago. Notice the top's been cut off of it. I'm hoping to do a full build breakdown in a later video to tell that story. This is my brother's truck. It's a 1992 F-150. It's got a 351 Windsor in it. It's lifted, re-geared, and on 35-inch mud tires. It is a flare side, so that makes it pretty special, and it's one of the big reasons why these carports got installed in the first place. This is an old friend of mine. It's a 1973 F-100. It's got a 351 Windsor in it that my dad and I built. Detroit locker and 410 gears. It's got nitrous on it, which is pretty cool. But it was my first vehicle when I was 16 years old. It's been repainted. I don't ever plan to get rid of it. As soon as Jessica and I started shopping for farms, my gears started turning. I knew we needed a tractor. I shopped for about a year and a half looking at tractors, and we finally decided on this 2020 Mahindra 4540. It's 41 horsepower, it's 4-wheel drive, and it came with a loader. We didn't get any implements with it from Mahindra, but my grandmother hooked us up with a 6-foot Woods bush hog. If you're noticing a theme here, you're really getting an idea for just how generous this lady is. If you've got horses, you need a tow truck. This is our 2007 F-250. It's 4-wheel drive and has a 6-liter diesel because I hate myself, but it makes really cool noises. Speaking of maintenance nightmares, this is my daily driver. It's an '02 BMW 330 Ci. It's got 200,000 miles on it now. It gets me back and forth to work most of the time. It's been drifted and tracked, but it just keeps on going. Because of my automotive background, a lot of people ask me, Travis, what kind of car should I buy? And I tell them, Toyota is always the answer. Finally took my own advice and talked my wife into getting a 2020 Toyota RAV4. This thing's an awesome little SUV. It's comfortable on her 88-mile round-trip commute back and forth to work, and she can pick up horse feed on her way home. The River Cave Fleet Tour summary wouldn't be complete without talking about our horse trailer. It's a 1997 living quarters, 3-horse slant load. It's got a mid-tack and even a shower. We haven't been able to take it camping yet, but we're really excited about making some trips this summer. If you want to know more about any of these vehicles or projects, comment below and I can do a build breakdown on any one of them for you. Obviously, this project is totally unfinished. We have about 8 million more loads of gravel to bring in because we live in a swamp, which takes us to our next project.
I'm just going around and showing you the property line. And as you can see, right outside the property line, there is an actual swamp. And here is our home, barn, and where we put the carports. So I want to zoom in and show you an area that was really overgrown when we first moved in. And once we bush hogged it and had some rain and the winter was coming, we realized just how much water can actually be standing still in this property. As you can see, this was causing many problems for us and something needed to be done. So on a budget, Travis decided to dig a ditch all the way across the property so the water would have somewhere to go. And so far it's been working out really well for us, and we'll see how it goes through the winter.